What's going on, brothers? What's going on? It's Tuesday night. It is Tuesday night. It is Tuesday night, May the 11th, 2021. And we are live, brothers. We are all the way live. And this is a raw and uncut broadcast. This is raw and uncut. I didn't plan this. This is not scripted. This is live. And we raw tonight. And we're going to talk, brothers. I'm not going to be here forever. Y'all know my lives. Those of y'all who have been with me, you have been together with me on these lives. And I try to keep my lives under 30 minutes. But I'm going to apologize to you ahead of time if I go beyond 30 minutes. Because we got to talk. What's going on, Adam? What's going on, Nevac 11? What's going on, Mr. Goodale? What's going on, JT 900? What's going on, Nigel Estridge? We're going to talk tonight. And we got to talk about wickedness and evil. Wickedness and evil. And the reason why black men should have a zero tolerance policy when it comes down to misandry. Black men must have a zero tolerance policy when it comes down to the utter hatred of black men. Dr. Tommy Curry calls it anti-black misandry. You can also call it racist misandry. What's going on, Alpha Sigma? What's going on, Excalibur? I see you brothers in the chat. I see you. We going live tonight. We are here today. We are here today, brothers. Y'all have seen the recent videos. Y'all know what's going on across social media right now. Y'all see what is happening. You all see the reactions to the unfettered, unchained voices of black men. You all see what's happening to black men who refuse to hold back their tongues, black men who refuse to be quiet, black men who talk back. That's right, we talk back. And we are talking back to those who defame the image of black men. We are talking back to those who are out to destroy the reputation of black men. We are talking back to those who are actively engaged in the removal of black men. And I'm talking to you, brothers, and I'm talking to everybody here in this space, everybody in YouTube land, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitch, you name it, all over the world. All the people who are on MSNBC, CNN, Fox News, all of those outlets that participate in the destruction of black men and the black male image in the United States. Brothers, we have to have a zero tolerance policy. We have to have a zero tolerance policy when it comes down to those who are actively seeking to destroy us. Because the people who are seeking to destroy us, brothers, are animated. They're animated by evil. They are animated by wickedness. There is no other way to put this. When you have people who are deliberately seeking to defrock a black man, when you have people who are deliberately seeking to unseat a black man, when you have people who are deliberately seeking to silence a black man, you have people who are engaging in evil, wickedness, and evil. There is no other way to put it. No other way to put it, brothers. And we must We must respond. We must talk back. We must be the ones who dismantle, who disrupt, who interrupt all of the misandry that we're dealing with, the utter hatred of black men. And brothers, it doesn't matter who it is. I want y'all to be clear. It does not matter who it is, be they white, black, male, female, gay, lesbian, straight, bisexual, transgender, be they an immigrant, whether they speak Spanish, whether they come from a Middle Eastern background, whether they're Asian, it doesn't matter who they are and where they come from. If they engage in misandry, the hatred of black men, if they are actively calling us criminals, if they are actively saying that we are inherently flawed, if they are actively working against our character, if they are actively closing doors, preventing us to participate in the mainstream of the American economy, we must challenge them. And black men are warranted. Black men are warranted in challenging them. Before coming on this live, I was listening to Keep It 100. If y'all know who Keep It 100 is, y'all look up Keep It 100. He has a YouTube page. And Keep It 100 was going back and forth with the Green Gorilla on the problem that we have, the problem that black men have had in terms of being silent, in terms of being used as a utility, that is being used for other people's interest, particularly the other half, the interests of those women who don't really care about us, women who only see us as tools, women who only see us as a come up, women who are animated by racist America, who are a mirror of white supremacy, women who in our interactions enact the utter hatred of black men, the hostilities that exist in American society that is reflected in our interactions. All of you brothers who are dealing with this old jacked up family court, all of these brothers, all you brothers who are dealing with the criminal justice system, all of you brothers who are dealing with negativity, you are dealing with all sorts of negations in terms of your interactions with the opposite sex, you have to make a decision. You have to be uncompromising in your attack of misandry, because misandry is wicked and evil. There is this sentiment, brothers, in the United States. There is this perspective in the United States that black men do not deserve to live as free people in this society. We are talking about the wealthiest. We are talking about the most resourced. We are talking about a society, all right, that has stood in the face of the world as a bastion of human rights, a bastion of so-called democracy, a bastion of so-called freedom. But at the same time, there is this consistent demand to negate our freedom. And brothers, it is up to us. And the time is now. It is right now to challenge all those folks, to challenge the people who think that somehow or another they are God, that somehow or another they have the authority of the church, the Catholic Church, the Christian Church, the authority of the Bible, the authority of the Torah, the authority of the Quran, the authority of all manner of religion. We, brothers, we must challenge and attack that authority, because there is too much at stake right now. In the 21st century, brothers, there is too much at stake. Too many generations of black men, too many black men have come and gone and have lived in silence. Too many black men who have come and gone and have deferred to this authority. And at this point in history, brothers, that type of ethic, that type of mentality, brothers, is unsustainable. We can no longer sustain this type of deference. And y'all see what's going on. You see the most popular, as I said to you in my most recent video, the most popular one among us, the most articulate, the most polished one among us. He is on the cusp. He is on the precipice of taking what we're doing in this manosphere, in this black manosphere, to levels unknown, unprecedented. And what this means, brothers, is that we must not tolerate the ongoing attack of black men. We are not going to wait for some utopian set of affairs to come in. We are not holding our breath, waiting for some activists, female activists who don't give a damn about black men, female activists who are only concerned about female interest, female activists who are tribalist, women who are individualist, who don't give a damn about the future of the black community or black America, who don't care about whether black people exist 100 years from now. We are not going to allow these people to silence us, and we are going to push back. And what I need you brothers to understand, that this moment right now demands an uncompromising, unflinching promotion of black male independence. BMI. I need you brothers to get your BMI flags, your black male independent flags, and I need you all to raise your flags, raise the BMI flags, and to raise the BMI flag unapologetically. Now, this is the moment. This is the moment. We are contesting, brothers. We are contesting the black male, the black man removal program. And as I said to you before, the overall purpose and intention of that black man removal program is to take us off the chessboard, so that we will not compete in the world, that we are not factors in the world, that we are not true players. And that's what we are, brothers. We are true. We are authentic players when it comes down to the world economy, when it comes down to world politics, when it comes down to world affairs, when it comes down to the operations of this world. We are authentic. We are true players. Brothers, I need us to take this seriously. This queen who we've been talking about, this queen is comfortable in her position. This queen is comfortable in eliminating you. This queen is comfortable in being a victim. This queen is comfortable because this queen gets a whole bunch of currency. This queen gets a great deal of cachet by defaming you, by saying that you are a deadbeat dad, by saying that you are a violent misogynist, by saying that you are toxic, by saying that you are inept. This same queen who brings you into the world, she brings you into the world. She brings black boys into the world. And the same queen who brings black boys into the world, black boys who become black male youth who become black men, this same queen will come back around and take a hatchet. She would take the axe and she would chop your head off. Oh, yes. We know who the queen is. We know who the queen is, and we know who the loudest queens are. And listen, I don't care about anomalies. I don't care about exceptions to the rule. We got a whole bunch of people talking about exceptions. Well, not all of them are like that. Not all of them are like that. But let me tell you, brothers, there are enough of them like that for us to be concerned. There are enough of them out there like that for us to attack misandry. Wickedness. It is wickedness, brothers. Those folks who started that hashtag several years ago, y'all know who they are. Those folks who are out there who pimp the dead bodies of black men. Those folks who out there who step in front of those cameras. They step in front of those cameras every time a black man is executed, every time a black man is murdered, whether he is executed or murdered at the hands of the police, or he is executed or murdered at the hands of private citizens. She will step out there with them placards. She will step out there with that bullhorn and talk about everything other than the execution of black men. And brothers, that is evil. Brothers, that is misandry. Brothers, that is wickedness. And brothers, we have to have a zero tolerance for all of that. Have a zero tolerance in your personal life. You need to have a zero tolerance in your professional life, in your work life. You have to have a zero tolerance in your everyday affairs. And brothers, we have to have the same type of zero tolerance that the Jews have. The same zero tolerance of the Jews. The Jews who have no tolerance, they have absolutely no patience whatsoever for anti-Semitism. You say something horribly wrong about Israel, you go out there and you talk about Jews in stereotypical terms. You go out there and say that Jews are racist, or you say that Jews are exploiters. You go out there and say all sorts of things about Jews that Jews don't like. You know what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen to you. You know that the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League, is going to make sure that you feel the heat. They're going to make sure that you were punished. They're going to make sure that you were silenced. God damn it. They would damn sure make sure that you will never exist, not have a living or anything. And I don't blame the Jews. I don't blame the Jews after all these centuries of anti-Semitism, with the crescendo of being the Holocaust. I don't blame the Jews for having that disposition. And you, brothers, all of us are warranted to having the same perspective. And if it ain't the Jews, brothers, if it ain't the Jews, it's the LGBTQ plus people. If it's not the Jews, it's the LGBTQ plus people. You know what I'm talking about. We are at a moment right now that the LGBTQ people, they don't accept anything. Any type of defamation of anybody who is gay, any type of defamation or slander to anybody who is transgendered, who is bisexual, who is lesbian, any type of public slander that is directed towards them, they do not flinch. They do not bat an eye. They will do everything that they can to silence that person. They will do everything that they can to cancel that person. They do not tolerate homophobia. They do not tolerate heterosexism. They do not tolerate any type of animosity to people who are gay, lesbian, and transgender. And brothers, this is the type of mentality that we must have. What's up, Man of Steel? What's up, Firebrand? What's up, Inagama Sims? What's going on? Licho Checkmark. What's going on? Keep it 100. Zero tolerance. This is a moment, brothers, that we're not going to be used anymore. We got to get that simp out of us. Get the simp. Get that simp out of us. Emancipate your simp. Whatever vestiges of simping that you got in your life, in your psychology, brothers, it's time for us to liberate ourselves from that. The simp is killing us. The simp is destroying us. The simp is what keeps us undermined. The simp is what keeps us underdeveloped. The simp is what keeps us on the plantation. Let that simp go. She says that she is independent. She says that she don't need a man. Let her be independent. Let her exist without a man. Let her depend 100% for everything on white patriarchy. She don't want black patriarchy. She clear about that. She tell you she don't want no black patriarchy, even though black patriarchy cannot be established, even though black patriarchy cannot be demonstrated in any type of empirical fashion. She don't want to be under your authority. She has no problem with being under the authority of Wall Street. She has no problem with being under the authority of Joe Biden. She has no problem with being under the authority of any white politician or any white businessman. She has no authority. She has no problem with being under the authority of any white man, poor, rich, in between, you name it. And if that's what she wants, if that's what she thinks her future lies, let it go. Let her go. Let her go and do her thing. We have no tolerance, brothers, for misandry. And we see what's going on right now, and we see the monkey simps. We see the flying monkeys. Y'all see the flying monkeys coming to her aid. Y'all see the flying monkeys trying to get us back to the 1950s, trying to get us back to the 1850s, trying to get us back to some obsolete, some tired, some truncated understanding of what it means to be a black man. Brothers, this is the 21st century. This is 2021. We are in the second decade of this 21st century, brothers, and we are living in a completely new paradigm. That's what we're doing, brothers. Zero tolerance. Zero tolerance for misandry, the utter hatred of black men. And I don't care but I don't care where you are, especially you brothers who are middle class, especially you brothers who are doing well for yourselves, especially you brothers who have attached yourself to this whole high value concept and everything. You especially need to develop a zero tolerance for misandry. There are too many brothers who have education. There are too many brothers who are in the professional world. There are too many brothers who are articulate. There are too many brothers who have done very well for themselves, who maintain an ethic of silence, who are quiet, who refuse to challenge, who refuse to contest misandry in the United States. And brothers, you are the one, y'all the ones especially need to open your mouths and to be vocal. And beyond the brothers, I'm talking about the middle class brothers. I'm talking about the upper middle class brothers and the very few of you who are among the 1%. You need to open your mouth. It's time for you to talk back. It's time for black men to talk back, and to talk back in a way that is unprecedented, to talk back in a way that is aggressive. Don't worry about your tone. Don't worry about nobody's feelings. Don't worry about who's being triggered by anything. Because we're dealing with evil. We're dealing with evil. The folks who want to see us dead, the folks who want to see us in prison, the folks who want to see us in homeless shelters, who want to see us on the street corners begging for pennies, for begging for food, going dumpster diving in trash cans, looking for the next meal. Those people are animated by evil. This is the black man policy. This is BMI. This is black male independence. This is what black male independence is all about. And don't be afraid to put it on the line. I said we cannot be afraid to put it on the line. We cannot continue to operate as so many black men have operated for generations. We can't do it. We cannot operate like the silent boomers, the deferential boomers, not all the boomers, but those deferential silent boomers who have co-signed all of this fuckery. Zero tolerance, brothers. Zero tolerance for misandry. The hatred of black men in the United States, in particular, and the hatred of black men across the world in general has to be challenged. It must be contested. And I'm going to tell you, brothers, the greatest thing that's holding us back, that we must overcome, and I said this simp, the greatest thing that's holding us back is how we were raised. The greatest thing that was holding us back, those of you brothers who were raised in them single mother households, you were raised by women, you were raised around women, that's holding you back. You got to liberate yourself from that. You brothers who worship your mama, black men who worship your mama, you got your mama in your head. You got to let your mama go. Let your mama go. Let your mama go. Let that single parenthood psychology that you grew up with, let that go. And even beyond that, you brothers who grew up in two-parent households and you grew up with all sorts of relations with women, whatever, you got to let the queen go. You got to let that matriarchal, you got to let that gynocentric psychology, you got to go. You got to be liberated. And being liberated from this psychology, being liberated from the queen, being liberated from the Madonna, you get that Madonna child image out of your head. Being liberated from that is a prerequisite to challenging misandry. And that's what we have to do, brothers. Zero tolerance. Zero tolerance. Y'all see him, he's close to 1 million. He is close to 1 million. I don't care what y'all say about him. He's close to 1 million. The only thing that matters is the message. The only thing that matters about this person who is close to 1 million subscribers is that he is promoting black male independence. He is promoting black male agency. He is promoting black male empowerment. BMI, BMA, and BME. And the Negroes who are coming after him, the ones who are still caught up in the gynocentric matrix, them Negroes have to be challenged. I said it, zero tolerance. It doesn't matter who they are. It does not matter who they are, brothers. They must be challenged. It's about talking back. Talk back to your mama. Talk back to your auntie. Talk back to your grandmama. You got to talk back to white society who sees you as evil, who sees you as criminal, who wants to lock you up. You got to talk back to every single group in this society who was a part of that consensus that black men need to be terminated, that black men need to be exterminated. You have to challenge, you have to talk back to all of these people. Zero tolerance for misandry. And the black nationalist and the Pan-Africanist, they got to be, you have to hold them to the fire, in particular, in general, because this black community, this black society that people talk about all the time, this black society ain't going nowhere. It ain't going nowhere as long as misandry continues to exist. It ain't going nowhere. These black boys, these black male youth, they're going to be stuck on this. They're going to be stuck at the bottom of this society. They're going to be illiterate. They're going to be semi-illiterate. They're going to be underdeveloped. They're going to be on the margins of everything as long as we do not challenge this anti-black misandry, the utter hatred of black men, wickedness and evil. And it's wicked. You got to be clear about it. It is evil. I don't care where it comes from. It is evil. It is evil. Misandry is evil when it comes from women. Misandry is evil when it comes from men. Misandry is evil when it comes from immigrants. Misandry is evil. Anti-black misandry is evil when it comes from the LGBTQ people. All them people who say that we are the white people of black people, that's wickedness. That's evil. That's misandry. And we challenge it. And we clap back. We clap back. And that's why the world is on edge right now. That's why everything and everybody is on edge right now, because we have clapped back, because we refuse to relent. We refuse, brothers. We refuse to allow this hatred, this institutionalized hatred, this hatred that has been codified in ideology, this hatred of black men that animates American society. We refuse to allow it to continue to go unchallenged. We refuse to be the brutes of this society. We refuse to be the savages. We refuse to be the primitives. We refuse, brothers, to be everything that these people have imagined us to be. And there is no negotiation. Hey, there is no negotiation, brothers. There is no negotiation. Now, you heard a president in years past say that we don't negotiate with terrorists. We don't negotiate with terrorists. We don't negotiate with misandrists. We don't negotiate with misandrists. We don't have no debates with them. No, there's no debates with clear misandrists. We don't have no debates with no misandrists. We're not trying to dialogue with a misandrist. We're not trying to reason with a misandrist. We're not doing anything. We prophesy to the misandrists. We prophesy like the biblical prophets. We prophesy like Jeremiah. We prophesy like Isaiah. We prophesy like Obadiah. We prophesy to the misandrists. Because misandry, brothers, is wicked. Misandry is evil. The welfare policies in the United States are wicked and evil. The family court and the family law policies in the United States are wicked and evil. Mass media, the way mass media is engineered toward us right now, the movies, the streams on all the platforms that use us as foils, all the platforms that paint the most horrible, wicked, and savage and demonic images of black men, those platforms must be challenged. And that's right. It is a religion. Misandry is a religion for those who hate black men, for those who want to see us exterminated. And it's important that we understand it, especially within the black society, the black community, that misandry, the hatred of black men, this wickedness and evil, it is an offshoot. It is a mirror of racism and white supremacy. All of the misandry that we get, that we experience from other black people, from black women and other subsets, black men, it doesn't matter. All of it is coming from their absorption. It is coming from their surrender to racism. And that they see us through the same lens that racist white people see us. They see us through the same lens as the Aryans. They see us through the same lens as the Nazis. They see us through the same lens as the white nationalists. They see us through the same lens as the people who hung us in the 30s, 40s, 50s, and through the lens of the police who kill us right now. There is no tolerance, brothers. Zero tolerance. And we have to have an uncompromising attitude, an uncompromising disposition of it. We can no longer tolerate the defamation of black men, because these folks believe that we are obsolete. They believe that we are obsolete. And because they believe that we are obsolete, they have deemed it necessary to completely get rid of us. But we're not sitting back. We're not going to sit back. We're not going to sit back and just allow people to wipe us off. We're not going to do it. We have a zero tolerance for misandry. And brothers, you need to be clear. And as I said, and I can't say this again or enough, you need to be clear about those who hate you. You need to be clear about those who are working against your best interest. You need to be clear about those who are out to exploit you while you're living, and to exploit you if you die, if and when you die. And that exploitation, brothers, is evil. And see, they don't want us. And here's the thing. They don't want us. They don't want us to have this perspective, because BMI is challenging. BMI is threatening. BMI unsettles the status quo. BMI upsets the entire economy of misandry that animates the United States. That's right, brothers. I see you, Christopher Clipper. I see you, D Knight. I see you, Uncle Fintu. I see you, Rebuild and Conquer. I see you, JT 9000. I see you, Man of Steel. I see all you brothers out here. All you brothers out here. I've been wanting to say this for a minute, brothers. I've been wanting to say this for a minute. Zero tolerance for wickedness. Wickedness and evil. The language is wickedness. There is wickedness in high places. You got to use biblical language. You got to use religious language. It's wickedness, wickedness, wickedness. They're animated with wickedness. And you got to call out her wickedness. You got to call out his wickedness. You got to call out their wickedness and their evil. Because what's done to us is evil. There's no justification. There is absolutely no justification for the type of wickedness and evil that is directed towards black men. All human beings are flawed. All of us are flawed. All of us are error prone. But what we deal with our flaws, we deal with extrajudicial punishment. We deal with extreme measures of extermination. We are seen as the brutes, and they seek to exterminate the brutes. We are the brutes of American society in their eyes, and their plan is to exterminate us. I see you, brothers. I was fired up before I came on this live, man. And I told you I was listening to my brothers going back and forth. Listen to my brothers waxing eloquently on other streams, talking about matters related to misandry, this deep misandry in American culture. Not just misandry in general, not just the general hatred of men, not just the general hatred of men. We're talking about the hatred of black men. We're talking about the hatred of black men. Because white men, they might deal with misandry, but the misandry that is hated with that is directed towards white men, it does not exterminate them. The misandry directed towards white men does not completely unseat them. The misandry that is directed towards white men cannot be compared to anti-black misandry. And that's why we have a serious stake in this thing. We have a serious stake in this thing. We have more invested in challenging this hatred of black men, this type of misandry, than these other groups of men who deal with misandry, because they don't catch the hell that we catch, not in this society or any society for that matter. So I want you to know, brothers, that you are warranted, and that this black manosphere is justified. If this manosphere did not emerge when it did, it would inevitably emerge. It would have came from somewhere. It would have came from somewhere, because you cannot continue to direct violence. You cannot continue to direct evil towards a population and not think that the population that you are trying to exterminate would not clap back. And this, brothers, is the clapback. The black manosphere is the clapback. And we are the answers, or we are the futures. We are the future. If black America has a future, it's going to come from us, because her program, the program that she has enacted over the last 50 years, her program has failed. Her program does not work. Her program does not advance black society. We are the ones who have the keys to the future. We are the ones who know the type of corrections that need to be made. And this is it. This is what's at stake. This is what's at stake. Our very future, our very lives. Brothers, as I said, as I started this stream, this is raw, this is uncut, this is unfiltered, brothers. I want to talk to you tonight. I want to get this into your head. Have a zero tolerance, none whatsoever. No compromise, no compromise whatsoever, no compromise. We're not going to argue. We're not having no debates going back and forth. You do not. The last thing that you want to do is try to reason with someone who hates black men. That is the last thing that you ever want to do in your life. Because they are already convinced. They are already convinced that you don't have a reason to exist. They are already convinced that you don't deserve to flourish, that you don't deserve to be free, that you don't deserve to pursue your own self-interest. They are already convinced of that. So there is no use. Them haters, I told y'all in the past 3 videos, she hates black men. She hates black men. She hates black men. So you're not gonna argue with her. You're not gonna debate with her. You're not gonna have no conversation with her because she's already made up her mind about you. She is a waste of time because she hates black men. I see you, brothers. I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna wrap this thing up, but I wanted to talk to you all. I wanted to get this out here as we go forward. This black manosphere is expanding. The influence of the black manosphere is here. It ain't going nowhere. I told you guys some videos back. It doesn't take all 20 million black men. It does not take all 20 million black men. It does not take all 20 million black men. It only takes, I called for 1 million. I called for 1 million. That's less. Brothers, that is less than 10% of the black male population in the United States. That is less than 10% of the black male population. All it takes is 1 million to clap back and make that dent. That's all it takes. And you brothers are there. It's all of us. We have formed, brothers. We have formed together this enterprise, this black manosphere, which takes on anti-black misandry, which takes on the hatred of black men in the United States. You all brothers, y'all share the video, subscribe, support the channel, brother. There's more coming. I got more coming for you, brothers. We're going to take this thing to higher heights. We're going to push this message. We're going to push this philosophy of black male independence. Black male independence. Today, tomorrow, and until we are no more. Peace out, brothers.